You want to split the rest? I really shouldn't eat it all myself.
I thought you'd never ask.
Alright, we are back right where we left off with, needing to talk to everyone in Scatterstone. We searched the town. And, we're ready to pick up right where we left off. Oh, stop talking, you guys.
The dream scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're trying to put a stop to it. The Empire is here to help. Aha. Even if we heal the living lands, we're still going to need to wrestle it away from the Steel Growth. War. The Adriel will have to do both. For all we know, it's already too late. We'll stop and have faith. Even if we heal the living lands, we're still going to need to wrestle away from the Steel Growth.
How can anyone expect us to do both? As if the dream scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness.
Yeah, at least now it's common knowledge. Crack your knuckles. My people are in for a dire need of correction. That's true of the Steel Garrote, but not of us. Not of the Empire. We're here to negotiate. We want you to come to our side by saying yes.
The Steel Garrote are a weapon. Who do you think wields them? It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three.
We can, it won't be easy, but we'll make it. We can't. The odds are stacked against us. You doing alright? Yeah, let's just ask her. You doing alright?
I've been better, if you hadn't noticed. It will pass, I'm sure. My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am.
Well, must be nice to have Yazel around. Let's talk about Scatterscape. I want to ask you. No, it must be nice to have Yazel around.
Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatzli.
Yatzli.
In many ways, Quilici has been like a second father to me. But Yatzli, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good.
Yatzli like Yahtzee. Got it. I won't remember that, but at least for a moment, I have it. We need a few bad influences in our lives. She can fight. She's welcome to tag along. Can we trust her? Don't ask that. Never ask that. She's a friend, so of course she can trust her. That's the nature of being a friend, right? I always have your back. So we all need a few bad influences in our lives.
Oh, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins?
She must know more than she's letting on, not for any good reason. That doesn't concern us. No, maybe she knows more than she's letting on.
She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet.
Well, we know she's not finished with us. Let's see. Did we talk a bit with her about Scatterscape? I think we did. So let's ask her. Well, let's find out what we want to know.
Don't be shy.
What do you think of our trails, our companions? Yeah, let's.
Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of me?
We haven't been together long, but I think I have you figured out. In Paradise, you handed your killer to the Steel Garrote. Much like tossing meat to a pack of wolves. You saved Fior Mesiverno from a terrible fate. That makes you a hero in our eyes. Believe it or not, you impressed a lot of people when you sold your corpse to Elia. Morbid though it may be, no Adherent has ever given so much to the cause of animancy. Of course, all I know is what you've done. You may not think these choices reflect who you are. At the end of the day, you shouldn't care what anyone thinks. all that matters is how you see yourself.
Okay. What about, you must have some opinion on Yahtzee since she's a friend. I expect it all to be good.
Of course. She's brilliant, open to anything, and sees the world as she wants it to be. Yahtzee gave me my first glass of wine, and the courage to approach a special someone. We have a lot of catching up to do.
She has a special someone. Yeah, she caught it. Wait, who's this special someone?
No one to get jealous over. To call it a relationship would be an insult to the word. But it was fun while it lasted. Animancy is the study of life. Unfortunately, we get so busy that we forget to live. So a little roll in the hay is good for the soul. Yahtzee taught me that. Well, not the part about rolling in the hay. That was my idea, and I don't recommend it.
Yeah, hay gets everywhere. Did she know your parents? That's a good question.
Indeed, old friends. When they died, Yahtzee protected me. Made sure I had one consistent person in my life. I think that's why she gave me that glass of wine. Why she encouraged me to live my life to the fullest. She was making sure I hit all the milestones I could have missed. Now that she's traveling with us, maybe she can teach you a thing or two.
Alright, we know about
For what it's
our
worth,
companions.
you've got a nice group of oddballs here. I'm proud to be one of them.
Alright, let's talk about, Shatterscape.
What's on your mind?
Alright, we don't get to ask her about Shatterscape.
Thanks for talking.
One down, so many more to go. Let's leave Yahtzee to last. Maurice.
Listening to Yachtsley's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else.
Yeah, if you got something on your mind, spit it out.
I don't know, she's alright, okay? But how would she know how to get to the garden? If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then.
You really seem bothered by this. We need to find a way to the garden. This is our best chance. Got a better idea? I trust Yahtzee with it. Yahtzee. Like Yahtzee. Yahtzee with this. End of story. No, you seem bothered by this.
Bothered? Pedraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway.
Let's see. I think we talked about Shatterscape, but let's see what we got.
Right. What do you need?
Did you learn anything interesting?
If you're asking about the ruins and shrines and all that, you're
Shell's
asking the
playing
wrong
Star Trek.
person. Best we avoid those out here. This place is deadly enough without the ghosts and monsters and weird magical walls you find in those places. Trust me. Sometimes I bring someone with more bravery than smarts out here, and they always turn around at the first empty room that tells them to go away. I don't blame them. If you're looking to survive, don't try to get yourself killed. That's the first rule.
It is. Nothing for now.
Right. Changing the subject?
Hey, he's got that right. What do you think? Love your thoughts on our companions.
Let's make sure they're not listening. You already asked about Giada, so you probably want to talk about Kai or Yahtzee.
Let's... Yeah, what's your opinion of Yahtzee?
Right. Yes, I do. Real strong Blessed Day opinions. I don't trust her any further than I could throw her, which honestly isn't that far. She actually goes down into these ruins on purpose, just to see what's down there, I guess? And now she's trying to lead us to the garden. Might as well be searching for WoW's wacky wagon of mysteries. Nah, I'm sure she knows what she's doing, but what if she doesn't?
That's enough for now. Get some rest.
Not before I've done some reading.
Oh, apparently we need to talk to him again. Okay, keep going.
I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it.
Worse places than a hot, barren land filled with chasms and sinkholes? You're looking on the bright side for once. You know something about scatterscope that I don't? You still think we're searching in the wrong place? Or you still think we're searching for the wrong thing? Oh. I'm going to go with you're looking on the bright side for once.
I thought I'd give it a try, see how it feels. Yatsley's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows what's down there? More questions, most likely. And spiders.
Godless ruins hold the answer I need. You're afraid of spiders now? What's going on with you? Where's this all coming from? No, don't ask that. That's a bad answer, unless you want to be the bad guy, I think. What's going on with you? Where's this all coming from?
Nothing, I'm fine. Forget I said anything. I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another deadly ruin.
I appreciate the concern. What other opinions? This is the only one I'm aware of? You're scared. Next time you stay behind again. What's the other option? This is the only one I'm aware of. Yeah, it's either I appreciate your concerns or what are the other options? Let's ask what his other options are.
No idea. I just wish I trusted Yatsley's research. Seems like a lot of danger for not much payout. I'm sure we'll be fine. I just hope this is all worth it. Anyway.
We already asked about the companions, we asked about the scatterscape, so that's all. Get some rest.
Thanks for talking.
Ah, he's done. Yay. Kai, what do you got?
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place.
Oh. How so? When were you last here? What do you expect? It's besieged by the Dreamthal and guarded against another Feor. Yeah, when were you last here?
6 years ago. Feels longer now. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller?
That's why I never stay in place too long. Not really. Is this about Tama? Yeah, let's ask this. Is this about Tama?
No. Well, yes. But it's more than Tama. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars.
I saw more scars than glory back there. The Thirdborn you described sounds more like a legend than reality, and now. More scars than glory. Yeah, we'll just ask him in now.
All that vigor's been wrung dry. Being back, it felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death.
Oh, now Shale's playing Monster Hunter. At least we get to know what Shale's up to. Get back into Dragon Age Origin. You're my Golem! Thirdborn has probably changed over the years, but so have you. They're facing the brunt of the Dream Scourge. It would take a toll anywhere. We're in mourning for the home you left. It may not have ever been quite the way you remember it. No, let's go. They're facing the brunt of the Dream Scourge. I'll take its toll anywhere.
True. But I can't help but feel that the Thirdborn I knew 6 years ago would have faced it better. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temerity's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving?
Sometimes surviving is enough. Thirdborn will change and adapt to the rest of the Living Lands. It's not enough to run for something, but you need to run to. You need something to run to. All this talk to drifting and needing directions sounds more personal, Kai. No, you need something to run to.
And right now, they're drifting. Yeah. What about you? You were sent by your emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. You brought Egwolf to adhere in justice, but then you thwarted the Steel Garrote's attack on Fjord. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides?
Hadwin and Luwin aren't the final word. I'm loyal to the Druid interest in my own way, true. They were trying to guide the interests. Follow my principles, not my command. I'm making this up as I go. I'm going with that one. I'm making this up as I go.
And it's nice to know I'm in good company. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow.
So, tell me about Tama's bag. One we're looking for. Want to know more? Let's just ask about Tama's bag. This one.
A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense. And something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rauatayan naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive. And another debt I owe him.
Let's see. How did Thirdborn come to be?
The story goes that a lot of the first arrivals were Rauatayans without other prospects. Too low on the ladder to take over the family trade, too poor to learn another.
The Thirdborn of their family.
Exactly. Rauatai's an inhospitable environment, to say the least, so my people have a proud tradition of seeking our fortunes elsewhere. Rauatai's got a big navy that always needs fresh blood, and there are plenty of opportunities for large, colorful mercenaries and bodyguards all over Eora.
Remnant aren't warriors and... Oh, they're not all warriors and sellswords. Let me guess. Some of them wound up here.
You got it. It's hard to say when Thirdborn was properly founded. It started as a convenient harbor for pirates and mercs to lie low. Bold, or desperate, fishing crews from Rauatai would follow seasonal catches out here.
Mind over magic. I've never played the Mind over magic. Seems like a rough place to lie low, a long way from fishing trip. And it became its own town. I'm going with that one. Became its own town.
Over time, those early arrivals built huts, a proper harbor, and walls to protect them from all the hungry things in the desert. Well, that brought in a steady trickle of veterans, ruffians, trophy hunters, and rugged eccentrics. People looking for fresh adventure, or running from the consequences of their old ones.
Far from the reaches of any national laws.
Your words, not mine.
Let's see. What kept you from Thirdborn for so long?
I've got a lot of memories here. And the longer I stayed away, the harder it felt to come back.
I know the feeling. What's it like to return now? Sounds like you're running from something. Oh. Yeah, let's hear if he's running from something.
Who, me? I just don't like change. Thirdborn's missing a lot of familiar faces. And the youngsters who've grown up and the new arrivals, they seem green. Like they're cut from a different cloth, a more delicate one.
Their neighbors are turning into dream scourge. That would rattle anyone. Congratulations, Kai. You're a grumpy old man. Good time. You've been gone a long while now. Congratulations, Kai. You're a grumpy old man.
I really do sound like my grandfather.
You smell like him, too.
How about you borrow Yatsley's ladder so you can say that to my face? Thirdborn's only survived because the people were tougher than the wilds. I just hope the people living behind those walls know how to keep them standing.
I got a question about you.
So did my commanding officers.
Got a lot to say about second chances. I'll get you down on my companions. You got a lot to say about second chances.
I'm well past seconds myself, if we're counting. Even decent people make mistakes, and the rest of us can grow, with a little time and grace.
Oh, What mistakes are you running from? You think he's going to tell us this time? I don't think so.
If I had to list them all, we'd be talking all night. Anyway, if this place can't give us misfits and screw-ups a second chance, what hope do we have?
Thoughts on our companions?
You're asking me? I'm not much of a gossip. Okay, who do you want to know about?
What about Gita?
She's got a lot of heart, and she's loyal to her people and their principles, even when it costs her. Giada's lost her home, but kept her resolve. It takes a special kind of person to weather what she has and emerge stronger for it. She'll have a lot to figure out after all this, but she's gonna be okay.
I thought she didn't care for animancy. She's driven by her parents' legacy. She hasn't found her own motive. Gita could drive the furniture of animancy. Even the colleagues who disagree with her clearly respect her. She could drive the future of animancy. Wow. Which one do you think? Driven by her parents' legacies. Yeah, driven by her parents' legacy. She hasn't found her own motives.
She's young. She'll get there. Until then, there are certainly worse things to be driven by.
What about Yatsley? I got it.
You know, just when I was thinking our little group was getting too solemn and serious, we met her. Sometimes I think she lives in her ruins and grimoires rather than in the real world with the rest of us. But she keeps things interesting and keeps us on our toes. What's more, she's a good friend to Giada, and Giada's a good influence on her.
Is that all because I thought you two were flirting earlier? Yatsa sees things differently. She studies both lost history and magic of incredible power. What matters most is she's a friend. She's got our back. Yep, that's the big one.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I just hope she keeps some part of herself grounded with the rest of us. She's brilliant, but I worry that the real-world consequences of the forces she plays with are academic to her. Maybe I shouldn't.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure.
Nope, we're done.
Check your bedroll for fangworms.
Alright, we're actually done with him. Alright, Yatsley, where are you? Here you are. Yatsley, let's talk.
For the camp of an official Adiran envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course.
I've slept in worse places. Usually behind enemy lines. Don't know what you're expecting. I suppose a bath could be arranged if you ask nicely. Under the impressions you like it. I was under the impression you like it rough. I'm going with that one. That's just too good. I was under the impression you liked it rough.
When the mood is right, I find I like everything. I'm going to write Quilici tonight. Make sure he misses me. But, as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind?
That jar you had from it, is it worth much? No, I don't want to ask about the jar. Don't care. Why did I find you alone in some old ruins in Emerald Stairs? Because she was looking for the jar. Duh. I want to talk about what happened with Fiora, okay?
I appreciate it, Envoy. But I think I need a moment to gather my thoughts. Can we save that talk for once I've freshened up a bit?
Alright. Alright. Let's see. The jar. I'll find you alone in Emerald Stair. We know she was looking for the jar, so I asked, is it worth much? Alright.
I'm the only buyer you'll find here, and I already have the jar. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find.
Is that how you got that burn running around an old flammable ruin? Did you learn of the godless when you were studying the arcane arts? Let's ask that one.
Technically, yes. Well, it set me on the path, at least. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire.
You say everything? Was anyone hurt? Parents gave you a grimoire and left you alone. Yes, that's the one.
I'm sure they were sick to death of hearing me speak of the Circle of Archmagi. Oh, Lendegrath transfers their memories. Reengrim is a master illusionist. There's someone named Tane. I'm sure they thought it was harmless. Not that I'd burned down the house. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end.
You end up ever getting the spell right? Dreams of what? I can't imagine your parents were happy about that. No, I'm gonna ask, did she ever get the spell right?
Of course. Now I only burn those that deserve it, like mosquitoes and university administrators. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams.
Are you sure you only had dreams and not nightmares? That burn must have been painful at the time. I would have asked if the burn must have been painful at the time.
Usually I enjoy a bit of pain, but this was a bit too much. I wouldn't recommend it. As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go?
Well, apparently not. You have more to talk about. What else you got?
Oh, Envoy, might I steal a moment of your time?
Yeah, do you need something?
We need to discuss what happened in Emerald Stair, don't you think? Look, I lost more research than I'd like to count. But Fiora and its people are safe. That's what matters. Thank you, Envoy. I don't know how you managed it, but whatever you did, you averted disaster. That being said, your ambassador is going to get an earful, and possibly a fistful, next time we're in Paradise.
Oh, well then we should go now. I want to see that. I'm only sorry the crop situation got so dire for everyone in Emerald Stairs. Steel Garrot you're mad at, not the bureaucrats. I'm not going to be an accomplice to anything, am I? Ooh. Yeah, let's ask that. I'm not going to be an accomplice to anything, am I?
Well, that's entirely up to you, dearie. At least we were able to get everyone to safety. Though with everything happening in Thirdborn, safe might be relative. At least I know Temerity will keep an eye on them. I think she knows what'll happen if she doesn't.
What will happen, you know, Tyrion Long. You care a lot about the Animancers. Did you grow up in Florin? Before? No, what will happen?
I know, and she knows. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. Have you known Tyrion long?
Long enough that I trust her to do her best by everyone. You see, Emerald Stair has Naku Tedek. For a young and aspiring godless scholar, it was a godsend, if you'll forgive the pun. And, as a young at heart godless scholar, I've traveled outside the stair to other ruins. That's how I met Temerity. Thirdborn's close to Naku Kubel, and a girl's gotta eat sometime.
Of everywhere you've gone, why sit down roots and stairs? I think I know why. There aren't godless ruins in your hometown. Oh, let's ask that.
In fact, there are. But I'd spent the better part of my childhood in them. I had to go out and find new ruins to get lost in. Have you no sense of adventure, Envoy? I still go out often. I've catalogued many ruins, but there are always more. And coming home to a warm welcome is lovely. You should try it sometime, darling.
A warm welcome from an Animancer. How do you get that? Yeah. We'll go with that.
Oh, part of it is my sparkling personality, of course. But a larger part of it is time. It's hard to hate someone when they drop by your lab with lunch after you've forgotten to eat again.
Does that mean I'll get food from you? Yes, yes, food, food.
As much as I'd love to, you don't travel with the kitchen. I can't promise anything.
Oh, dear.
My mother always said that the way to a man's heart was through his stomach. Guilichi and I got together the old-fashioned way, though. I saw a beautiful man across a smoky tavern. Then I dazzled him with my delightful personality. Then he showed me an abandoned ruin outside of town, and I was hooked.
And, let's see. Gata and Quincy seem close. Does that concern you? Nope, not gonna ask that. You live happily ever after, right?
Oh, it's not a fairy tale, darling. We've been happy for the most part. Any rough patches got smoothed over well enough. I only thought about killing him once or twice. He's probably thought the same a bit more. It's hard to believe that things have changed so much recently. Any sense of safety just went poof.
I know
It
that
makes you
feeling.
wonder how everything will turn out.
If you have so little trust in Verto, why don't you try his job? I don't get that one. The people are alive. There's still hope. Buildings can be rebuilt. Yep, let's go with that one.
Right. The city can be replaced, but not its residents. Thank you, Envoy. I feel a little less frazzled. I've got a lot to think on. Talk to you soon? Try not to have too much fun without me. How can I help, darling?
I didn't ask anything. How do you cope with the stress of travel? Let's talk about reoccurring dreams you've been having. What can you tell me about the Godless? Sure.
Careful what you wish for, darling. So, the Godless, or the Akita, as they called themselves, were the original folks who lived in the Living Lands. They arrived on the shores of a new land and settled there, living with the land instead of trying to tame it.
Sounds like they're describing some, kind of like they're Native Americans. Except, well, they're extinct in this, and they're still alive today. Thankfully. Kids were fleeing and brought a storm brought them here? How do you know all that? Where did they come from? Yeah, where did they come from?
Well, that's a bit harder to explain. The Godless are so singular. Their art and architecture, you never see it in Rawatai or Ishamatal or, well, Adir. But in their artwork, they reference escaping, fleeing, seeking refuge, so they must have come from somewhere. My guess, they originally came from Yesua.
Yesua? Yesua?
Ah, yes, let me sum up. Yesua, a continent, cut off from the rest of the world, hidden by eternal storms, one of the 3 hubs of the Anguithan Empire. 10 years ago, you could say it wasn't real, that it was a dream, but they said the same of Ukaiso. Suddenly, the appearance of a mythical land doesn't seem so implausible.
If the place is so great, why leave? Maybe the lands of the sweets I dream of is real too.
Ah, well, that one might stay in your dreams, darling. There was some kind of schism, an ideological one. From what I can glean, the Godless were staunchly against the gods, hence their name. There are even some not-so-kind murals of the gods. It seems like the Godless really took their anti-theism seriously.
Oh. Fascinating.
I know. Well, I think we've covered everything, don't you? Rather, as much as I think you'll withstand. Hope you enjoyed talking about this as much as I did, dearie. How can I help, darling?
Well, we ask a question without asking a question. We asked about the Godless, so let's ask about the reoccurring dreams you've been having.
Well, I suppose you've earned that much. And I do enjoy rewarding tenacity. Though between your dreams and mine, it's a wonder anyone gets any sleep around here. You remember that I nearly burned my family home down when I was young?
How could we forget? Yeah, it's hard to forget.
It was an accident, and I paid for it. My parents refused to buy me more spell books for years. Well, Shortly after all that fuss, the dream began. It started at first with a fire, just flames crackling, and a feeling of safety. I thought it was a little weird, but nice. But then the dream kept coming back, night after night. I learned more every time. I saw that it was a fire in a hearth, and that hearth was in an old library. I assumed it was a library, at least, to explain why there were so many tablets lining the walls.
What kind of tablets are in the library? You're alone in the library. What's outside the room? No, were you alone in the library?
No, there's someone else there, but it's like I'm a ghost. They can't see or hear me. In the library, there's just one person, but they're wearing a hood, so I never see their face. They do the same thing every night. They curl up in a chair by the fire, hold a tablet to their chest, and then the fear comes. The paralyzing, all-encompassing fear of something.
Something. You don't have anything more specific. So the whole dream is you watch somebody not read in a chair. Books are rather terrifying. They are to me. I'm dyslexic. Books are kryptonite. I will go with my real answer. Books are rather terrifying.
Oh, yes. Nothing strikes fear in the heart of Kith like principles and procedures of animal husbandry. A low, deep banging starts, and it rattles through your bones and shakes you to your core. And it replaces the beat of your heart with this droning on and on and on until you forget every other sound you've ever heard.
A beat. Steel feet on the shore. They come by night.
And then, as it just gets louder and louder, and right before it gets there, I wake up.
You've been listening to too many of Giada's ghost stories.
And let me tell you, waking up in a cold sweat does nothing for my fur.
Let's see. You know the sound of the you don't know the sound of the source, I assume. I'm sorry, I didn't notice. Are you all out of oil fur? Let's not ask that. You know the sound of the source, I assume.
How sibilant. No. Just that it's all-encompassing. It's strange. I've not told many of the details of my dream. I suppose I must like you quite a bit, Envoy. Don't let it inflate your ego too much. You know, Envoy, we've traveled enough that I think I've gotten a handle on your style. Style of fighting, I mean. Your fashion sense is more opaque. I could probably teach you a thing or two, if you're up for it. What do you say?
Ooh, alright. You see traps before I do. You show me how to do that. That would be good, because that would prove our shooting. Let's sharpen our wit. No! We like being dum-dum. Always see traps before I do. Can you show me what to look for?
Of course, darling. Easy as pie.
Pie.
What? Out of breath already? Talk to one of the boys. See if they can help with your stamina, dear. Well, I've taught you all I can. Let's hope you put it to good use.
Alright, so 2 to perception. So what does that put our perception at? Character. Perception is now 7. Not bad. Our might's only 5. Our constitution 7. Dexterity. That's a lot of stamina. What do you mean? Intelligence so low. That's why we cast so few spells. Oh, resolve. There's only 2. Oh, maximum stamina only 2. Oh, okay, so she's right. We could use some stamina help. We got speed, but not for long. Alright.
Ever heard of Empress's Eye?
I think so. It's a flower, isn't it? Echidans used to believe that it was an ill omen.
Right. It grows in ditches in Emerald Stair, even now. Very resilient, as long as it gets even a little water.
Really? Oh, I'd love to see them.
If you crush the flower pods and add lemon juice and a little water, it makes a paste that would be great for dyeing your hair.
Marius, are you offering me beauty tips?
It makes it kind of bluish purple, with a little bit of shimmer to it. Looks good.
Well, dearie, I cannot wait to try it. Thank you.
It's also good for getting creek beetle dung out of leather, too. For what it's worth.
Ah, there it is.
The practical side. All right, she wants more. We talk more.
You think those Adirans were onto something? Or were they onto something before you ended their studies? Do you think they could have cured the Dream Scourge?
I don't know. Their subjects were accidents waiting to happen. I don't think anyone but Spadal can provide a cure. I'll ask her. Do you?
I think it was worth a try, at least. I just hope we made the right decision.
Yep, just say so do I.
Well, we'll just have to see how it all shakes out, won't we? Had you left them to their own devices, who knows what we would have gained. A cure might sound far-fetched, but what if they found treatments for the Dream Scourge? And even other ailments? But our loss, I suppose. Well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. Unless there's something else you want to chat about? How can I help, darling?
Oh, more. What's that? All right, well, we'll ask how does she cope with the stress of travel.
These sudden changes in climate always mess with my coiffure. Does Adir have good fur maintenance products? Do you have a contact for that?
Would have thought you had a full routine in this time in your life. Tell me about it. My fur refuses to cooperate with me now. I don't have fur, so we'll go with your routine.
Unfortunately, your clumsy countrymen ruined my entire stock of ointments when they were trying to burn my house down. And I'll remember that comment. Truly, just a good long brushing through all my fur alone would do wonders. I've got some time before we see Quilici again, at least. It'll give me time to find something to remind him of what he's missing.
No, I'm not worried about, unconventional couple. You look pretty good for yourself. Not just... You should look good. You should look pretty for yourself, not just Quincy. Do you need to pay a visit to Thirdborn? Yeah, let's see. Ask her, do we need to pay a visit to Thirdborn?
You're a dear for offering, but no. Let's give him a chance to miss me first. It'll just make our reunion all the sweeter. Quilici and I got used to the stairs early on. Thankfully, at least in Fjord, those stopped eventually. After 30 years, it's hard to still be surprised by us just drinking at the Magpie.
I feel you're exaggerating how many stairs you got. No. Maybe more. Maybe they're less judgmental than the Bone and Boar. Bone and Boar. There we go. Now let's ask when Gita entered the picture, because she's our companion.
Oh, she was still young. Quilici offered to help her study for and prepare her thesis as a favor to her parents. She was over day and night for months, and, well, now she's family. We adore her. All things considered, it's hard to complain about my life in Fjord.
So that's it. Everything's perfect since then. No, if you try harder, I'm sure you'll find something to complain about. That sounds lovely.
You're too sweet. As much as I enjoy our little chats, dearie, we should really get going. Oh, but if you do end up finding any liniments, be sure to help a girl out.
We asked about the Godless. What do you think of our travel companions?
We've been traveling together for a little while. I just have to know. Did you purposefully choose such colorful company, or is that just what you attract naturally? I mean, I'm very clearly a delight, so it's obvious why you let me stick around. I'd seen Kai around once or twice, and always thought he was charming enough. He's got a sharp tongue, though. Makes me like him even more. And Marius. I don't know what's lurking in him, but I do think he should speak to someone on it. If he reaches out, do try, will you? As for Giada, well, clearly Giada is a gem. As for me, well, I'm just as riveting as you, but the boys are giving me a run for my money.
Are you implying that I'm the least interesting of our group? Giddy is lovely once you get past the dead parent tree in her basement. Kai's been with me since the beginning. I can't very well leave him now. Marquise is one to have on your side. If only his prowess in if only for his prowess in Tavern. I just wanted a team to help. Well, I just want to help my team. Yeah, we'll go with Maurice is one to have on your side. If only for his prowess in the tavern brawl.
Ooh, I sense a story here, Envoy. I hope you all didn't have too much fun before I joined. I'd hate to think I missed out. You do strike me as a people person. Tell me, do you get along with all you meet?
I have a sweetheart home, but it will be a long time until we meet again. I have a lot of friends back in Eora. I left more than a few broken hearts at home. We'll go with that. I left more than a few broken hearts at home.
So, you'll be swarmed by well-wishers then, upon arriving home? And some very angry spouses, I imagine. And here I thought I had a wild youth exploring ruins. You might be putting me to shame, dearie.
Come on, you and Quincy have been simple and the sweet all your time together. Dark, empty ruins. Those could be very good places for a rendezvous, couldn't they?
Why do you think Wilichi and I went to Naku Tedek in the first place? Of course, other lovers were less willing. Something about them being gross and terrifying. I just think it adds to the excitement. Well, you've satisfied my curiosity. I'll leave you alone to do whatever envoys do.
Alright, we're finally done talking to everybody. We can go try to sleep and then move on to a mission. Exit here. Yep, we'll take the 2 gals with us. It's an all-girls trip.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe.
What are you talking about? Whose soil? The soil of the Shatterscape? How do you say it?
A name given to the land, not asked for. You see why the parasites are loathed? The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the bird song.
Why would you want Third Board gone? This place could use some peace and quiet. How could the Dream Scourge take over Shatterscape be a good thing? Yeah, how could it be a good thing?
The air was not meant for voices. The soil was not meant to carry buildings. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again.
That's what the people in Shatterscape, they're just trying to make life. There's life in Shatterscape now, don't you see it? I can't believe you're trapped in my head with something like you. Yeah, she's being a little weird. We'll say that's what the people are doing. They're just trying to make a life.
Efforts paid in blood. They lie to the earth, to themselves. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot.
We don't need death for things to grow. I suppose sometimes true. Or that's sometimes true. I don't want to talk anymore. I want to get some sleep. Yeah, we don't need death for things to grow. I mean, they do grow from death, but they don't just grow from death.
The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder, dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
Well, that was a disturbing thought. Is the voice in our head part of the dream scourge? That's interesting. Let's map out where we want to go. Well, this one's right here, so let's... One last drink. What's one last drink? What is one last drink? One last drink. Captain... Oh, this is for all those people that he wants to drink with. He wants to leave on a good goodbye, so one last drink. Somewhere over here. C, B. I think it's B. A's far away, yeah, so B is somewhere around here. How do I get to it? I don't think of... Crap.
Couldn't have done it better.
Nighty night, good fella. Alright. How'd they go?
Who's next? Anyone?
Didn't mean to trigger this fight, but here it is. Or here it was. Chit band. Let's look at that. What is that? Chit band. 5% reduction against beasts. Okay. Less damage when fighting beasts. Not a great thing. The last one's over here. Alright. So I don't think we're going to find it going this way. Nice cape, though. Why can't I have a cape? Alright, let's go back around. Let's try another way. Looks like we can go up and over. No, we cannot go up and over. If I pick up this corner here. Nope, can't go up and over. Thought I could jump over. Go up and over. In many bounds. We're not Superman. We aren't making it over in one. Well, guess they were making a stand here. Did not look like it worked. Okay, so we have to go up. So we need to find a way up. That's not going to get me there. Oh, crap.
We see you! Out! Devour!
Night-night, mage.
Never had a chance. Disturbed.
Nighty-night, guy. We got good weapons here. No healing. Alright, they're all gone. Lockpicks, thank you very much. I could use those. Those will help me out. There seems to be plant here. Not an important one, though. Alright, let's try again to go up. Maybe this time less disturbed. Okay, it's in. Got it. All right, that was nicely uneventful. A little shooting, no problem. That upgrading those gun equipment's really come in handy. Hit them fast enough, they can't hit you. All right, what's in here? Anything? Alright, don't know what I missed, but... So that one let me out. Let's go up. Stairs, but there's something... Yeah, I see it over here. Thought I saw a corpse up there. Alright, nothing to go in on this level. Break that open. Anything in here? Not that I can see, anyways. Alright, let's go in here first. Let's go in here first.
What? What in Remergon's 10 frosty balls are you doing here?
Stealing all your stuff. Alright, who are you? Rita.
How did you even find this place?
You hardly made an effort to cover your tracks.
Now the captain. He couldn't find the head with 2 eyes open. Of course Nagunu would convince one of the Emperor's goons to come after me. Go on then. Try to kill me. I know that's why you're here.
Hey, you got a problem with Adrian's?
I'm surprised you don't. Because it sure looks to me like your Emperor sent you out here to die.
Probably. He sent me here to end the Dream Scourge, in fact.
You've been having a lot of success with that, I see.
No one said it would be easy. Then again, no one said it would be this difficult.
Guess I'll cross my fingers and hope that just works out instead of getting us all killed. But that's not really why you climbed up here to see me, is it?
I have no intention of harming you yet.
Very comforting, thank you.
Your captain wants to see you.
I knew that old drunk would come looking around eventually. He's been trying to kill me for years. The man's obsessed.
Why would he want to kill you?
Oh, we robbed him. Well, Koa and I robbed him. That way just stood around while we did it. Not sure he even noticed.
Yeah, what happened?
He told you he was a merchant, right? Well, he lied to you. We used to run guns.
Oh.
When the powers that be were fighting over Deadfire, we'd buy or steal munitions from Rawatai and sell them to the Republics. After the mortar fell, Nagunu started looking for a new master, and found a number of willing souls in Adir. Then your countrymen brought those same guns to the Living Lands and pointed them back at me. Couldn't have that. So Koa and I helped Nagunu set up one last big deal, stole the money, and dumped our hold into the sea.
Those guns could have helped our soldiers defend against the Dream Scourge. Not really. That's commendable. We can understand why he wants to kill you. I'd be a smuggler at all. So you're an asshole and a hypocrite. Let's just go with that's commendable. I mean, they can't shoot you, can they? And yet you got the money.
I don't know. I wish we'd done it sooner.
You acted when the time was right. There's no shame in that.
But that's old news, Envoy. What does Nagunu want?
He wanted me to invite you and the rest of your crew for a drink. No, I'm gonna go with, I suspect he might be trying to poison you. Ooh, which is the right answer? I'm gonna go with that one.
I knew it! Hold on. How did you find out?
I found a book of poisons in his quarters. He dogged the pages of poisons of the living land.
That's just his style. He's too much of a coward to come after me directly. But how is he gonna do it?
I suppose invite you and the rest of your crew for a drink.
A little reunion. Cute. What did Tawe and Koa say to that?
Haven't talked to him yet.
Well, my answer's the same either way. No. I'm sure he put on a good show for you. And shit, maybe he really is lonely. But if he's been researching poisons up in the little lighthouse, plotting our demise, I can't risk it. So no, I won't share a drink with him, and you can tell him I said so.
What if you turn the tables on him? I think you're making a mistake, not even if I can get the rest of the crew to go. Fair enough. What if you turn the tables on him?
You mean poison him instead? Yeah. Yeah, I see how that could work. He doses our drinks, you switch the cups, bam! But how do I know I can trust you?
Go with your gut. Shrug, I wouldn't.
We see things eye to eye. This was a clever idea, but it's not gonna happen. So long, Envoy. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
So we were honest and we still get the door hit you on the way out. Oh, Nelly. I don't know what outcome I was expecting. The other one probably would have given me the same answer. I mean, really, would you trust somebody who just came up to you and talked to you, told you, gave you an invite to do exactly what he wanted? It's probably safer this way. Oh, a garnet. One thing I would have liked for this game to possibly do is let you use the armor and outfits you get for your companions in some of the weapons. Might have been better. I mean, these two aren't gonna wield heavy weapons, but you know, sword and a dagger, they probably could use those. But if they did that, they would probably have to rebalance the game slightly. So you could upgrade, and their weapons would scale with you as you scaled up. I'm not sure how they do that. So maybe not. Oh, this is a crane up here. Why is there a crane in this hole? What were they building here? I thought I saw a marker for body up here, goods or something. I hear the little tinkling sound. There he is. Grenades. How do you know what we like, sir? Can't. Alright, I can't pick up that grenade. I don't know why. Well, I'm not going to sit here and play with it. I can't pick it up. I can't pick it up. Anything else down this way? Can I get out this way? Can't see. Oh, I can't jump on anything. All right, forget that. I would like to see if there's something up there, though. A lot of flat land. Let's work our way back up. Back up the ladder. I just went down. A lot of double backing by my part. But I can't. How did I? How did I get up there the first time? I forgot already. Damn it. No, I need to be able to go up. Does this cave let me go up? Yeah, it did. This is how I got up. Alright. Just happened. I already forgot. Okay. A lot of flat ground here. Minimap didn't show me anything. And it turned out to be a waste of time. Oh. More star metal.
Star metal is so beautiful, isn't it? Maybe someone back at Solace Keep could make us something pretty.
Star metal. I didn't think that was up here. Cool. Okay. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I've died a few times going into rock. Ow. Heal. Dude. Alright, now where to? Okay, so we checked out the abandoned mine. We got nothing else nearby. Everything else is way far away. Okay, we are going to have to stretch our legs a little bit and run. So, go to the empty lands or go to the full lands. Let's head this way, I guess. Charge! We run. See what we find along the way. Well, thanks for the stuff. I hear noises. I see big things. Okay, well, we can start up on the rock. Alright, he's gone. No healing.
On your left, dear.
Nice job there. More. The others seem to be running away. Alright, well we can... Oh no, they're preparing for an attack maybe? I don't know, they're running away. So.
I needed a break anyway.
Let's gather up what materials we can find here. Got that. And you. Now let's take out this little group down here that's decided that they didn't want any part of us initially.
We've got company!
That's not a good fella.
Well struck.
Missed. Nice. Alright, these guys are gone. Looked like they were going to try to set up a little ambush down here. Put us in a little crossfire. Where are we going? That way. 160 or 50 units away. Guessing it might be yards? No. I don't know what they're using as a unit of measure.
Nice one!
Night. Totally didn't hit anything. Missed again. All right, they're down. We're still not where we want to be, but get a little action right there. Not bad. Two guns are still good. If I can improve my armor a little bit, I might be able to take a blow or two. But us avoiding getting hit seems to be the way to go. Alright, well, whatever it is this way. I hear noises. Did I hit him? That is tension.
Nicely done.
Oh wait, I see green dude. No, you don't. No healing. No healing. Thank you. Oh, well, you're easily killed. Howdy, not good, big fella. Oh, that was my old guy hitting me. I hate those recovery guys. Alright. Where's all the stuff? Nice. Rotten turnip. Alright. Well. Worth a coin, anyways. It says there's more stuff. Well, there's stuff in here. What do you got in here? These guys drew a dragon. In Dragon Age, it's an archdemon. But, oh. What does a dragon mean to these things? I mean, could it mean a literal dragon? Oh, that. Let's not run across that, shall we? Okay. Can we just hop up here? Well, that worked. There's clearly more of them somewhere. Where are more of these? Sykes, however you say it. Where are you? Jump! Alright, made it. Oh, almost did not make that. Well, it looked like... Oh! Definitely up here. Alright, too close quarters. Swords it is. No, no healing! Okay, I got pinned into the corner. Alright, the healer is dead. Healer's not dead. Healer's dead now. Take some burning flames. Oh, I hit you. That's right. Just suffer for burning flames. Need more burning flames. Just keep burning. Oh, out of energy. Stop my spell. Thanks for the barrier. And down he goes.
It looks easy when you do it.
Well, thanks for saying it was easy. I appreciate that. Because I look like I pretty much was almost dead twice. Oh, minimap says he's over here. I don't see him. Well, if he's over here, I can't find him. And if he's down there, I don't care. What else we got up here? Anything? Nothing here. Alright, let's continue looking, I guess. Maybe there's more further up. Further up. Let's stay on the path. Don't overrun the path. Can't walk up the dirt. Anything? Let's heal. Alright, there's an ancient memory. There should be one more plant up here. Can't be that good. Oh. Ah, it's two-handed melee. What does it look like, though? Hell's Tongue. Fire attack restores 10 to maximum essence. Heals 10% of fire damage against those with more than 50% health. 10% of frost damage against those with more medium health. It's actually a really good weapon, but we're not going to use it. Let's see. Both hitting the same, so neither one is number one. I don't need that. What do I get for that? Oh, Corrupted Adra. Yep, Well, sorry guys, this scene's going away. Yep, corrupted Adra. Awakened Adra. Well, we don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. Awakened Adra. Let me just sell that. Those steel guard leathers, not bad. I'll think about it. Think about that. All right. Memory. Let's. Don't know. Maybe useful to have perception up versus might. Intellect. Oh wait, no, dexterity. Let's prove our skill set. So now, might of 3, constitution 7, dexterity 11. Well, intelligence of 3. I mean, better than 1.
We have been here before. Do you hear the dust whisper on the wind?
No food, long hiking. This desert is testing my survival skills. Yeah, we'll go with that. Well, I used to be a seabed, didn't it? It's too treacherous to listen to your tales up here. No, we'll go with no food, long hikes, and the desert's testing my skills.
Hunger, strife, life carved down to the primordial root, a trial by fire.
Pilgrimage? A rite of passage. An exile. Ooh. Let's go with a pilgrimage. I bet that's what the Living Lands would like it to be, a pilgrimage.
Now our memory is a wound reopened. You are Nimana, one of those who speak for us. Your gift shone a different shade from others of your kind. The souls of the departed danced before you like sea foam. Tell us, what did you make of the songs they sang to you?
I tried to comfort people, solve problems, give them messages from the dead. I kept to myself. I meditated on secrets of the beyond. They tormented me. I envied those who led ordinary lives. People avoided me. They worried my visions were bad omens. Let's go with I tried to comfort people. Sounds nice.
A mouth, a conduit, a welcome curiosity. One day a voice called you to the wilds outside your village. Find us in the highest heights, we said. Come, speak to us. You left your world behind, set off upon uncharted sea.
I knew either the journey would change me. I had to find out how. I relished the solitude. I was beholden to no one but myself. I fought to survive. I realized how weak and mortal I was. I was bitterly alone. I thought I might go mad. I relished solitude. So we'll go, I relished solitude. I was beholden to no one but myself.
Reflect. The body fights to survive, but the mind is clear. One day, you came to the place where the stone challenged the clouds. Night fell. 100 blazing lights refracted in the sky. We appeared. Your essence joined with ours. We shared what we had seen. You perceived us in new colors. Tell us, Nimana, what did you learn?
To be the godless, the Edka, was to live in harmony with you. That we could show ourselves loves for you by caring for ourselves. We were your finest achievement. You wanted us to be great. Nothing. I came for answers, and all I found were a few stars. Yeah, that would be me. But I'm going to go with that we could show our love for you by caring for ourselves. Or harmony. Harmony or... Yeah, care for ourselves.
Cherish the body. Feed it. An offering of gratitude. You sailed home to the village, eager to share what you had seen. We prickled. Something was wrong. Trouble like salt on the breeze. People had chased the water back. They raised the wood and stone. They built a tremendous temple. They offered us their stores of food.
What about the fish? What they eat now? You never asked to be revered that way? That stone could have built houses. They wanted what we had. You never asked to be revered that way. We'll go with that.
Trap the falcon, clip its wings. They feared you. They feared us. They tried to placate, to control. Your eyes turned up. You saw a statue, a prison. This was not our form. A wellspring boiled. Our cry rose in your throat. This could not stand.
I swallowed my fury.
A tongue bitten. You hung your head. They piled the offerings higher. Why did you not speak for us?
They were my kin, they didn't know better. Couldn't you see how intimidating? I don't know. No, wait. Can you see why you intimidated them? I should have. I was a coward. Your worship was a gift. You refused it. Ooh, yeah, let's go with that. Your worship was a gift. You refused it. Otherwise, it's couldn't you see why you intimidated them? Actually, yeah, let's go with that. Couldn't you see why you intimidated them?
The cub cannot know its strength. The ground shakes. The thorns prick. A crack carves through the pillars. Why?
A catastrophe. Has someone interrupted your vision? You speak of the present. What's happening now? Stop that. What's gotten into you? Yeah. Stop that. What's gotten into you?
We cannot stop what we have set in motion.
Easy. Focus on my voice. Think clearly. Is something here? Is it hurting you? This isn't real. It happened a long time ago. What kind of god is scared of a memory? Let's just go with easy. Focus on my voice.
We cannot. We breathe. A ship in the eye of the storm. We remember now. A cut. A chasm as deep as the sea. A wound gouged into our skin in our thrashing. We did this.
It's overwhelming to imagine what you're capable of sometimes. Why hurt yourself and the godless? How did that help anything? Were you pushing the godless to their disrespect? Don't you realize didn't you realize your anger could be dangerous? No, I'll go with yeah, why hurt yourself and the godless? How does that help anything?
Purge the poison. Let it out. The only path is through.
How about Nemena? You were talking about the temple. What became of the village? Don't keep me in suspense. What happened next? Let's just ask, what about Nemana?
The sun rose on the barren earth. We had swallowed the village. Nothing but ruins remained. Those who survived were cast adrift, whales beached on the sand. You could have led them, but in the chaos, you had disappeared.
I vanished to live alone in the wilds. Left the living lands entirely. I was buried in the rubble. Let's just assume we were buried in the rubble. Why not? Yeah, buried in the rubble.
A voice ignored until it was too late. People again condemned to wander. A village, one day rebuilt. In time, all those who spoke for us came to Thirdborn to face their fate. Tradition without memory, a trial of unknown lineage. We saw the clay settle on the Ammonite, and we learned. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
Alright, Remembrance of Nimia. Godlike ability passive. Increase your maximum stamina. Yay! More stamina. Well, we could use it. Alright, let's put the rings back. Why? Because we weak as heck. Oh, I don't have any gloves on. I did all that without gloves on. I'm an idiot. Beast. Damage with ranged weapons. Yes, sir. Alright, and it's +2 to dexterity. Well, let's put those back. Oh, frost. Well, that's something. I think I accidentally sold the gloves I wanted. I'm dumb. Alright, well, recognizing that stupidity on my part. Let's see. Wait, there seems to be somebody over here. Something over here. Please be you. Alright, good. Wit's usable. Alright. Well, we found another memory. Didn't expect that. Did we find what we were looking for over there? Wait a minute. No, we were going to one last drink. I think we were going over here. Well, we'll continue the one last drink in the next one. Maybe scurry around this area for a little bit, see what we can find. Yep, and maybe work our way up a little bit. We'll check out more of the Great Sand Seas. But in the next one. So I hope you enjoy it. I love playing this game. This thing's a lot of fun. I'm trying a couple other characters to see how their story plays out, and if it's much different. I got a two-handed sword guy, kind of trying an evil path. See how that plays out. Maybe one of my characters may back the steel groat. I don't know. I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to see how much they did for this game. It's a lot of fun. It's quite addictive. And I really don't stop playing it. It's really fun. It is taking over. And I'm supposed to be doing a Dragon Age Origins run too. With the DLC stuff. With all the DLC in it. Which the DLC has Shale, the golem that you travel with. It's a lot of fun. It's just not the most stablest game in the world anymore, because she is old game, and it's trying to work on new hardware, and it is not going well. Oh, there's that dragon again. How about that? Yeah, that's a good place to stop. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed. I've enjoyed playing this game, like I said. And I hope you enjoy as well. Let me know what you think of the game. What you see, what I could work on in my videos, besides not putting the camera in stone. Alright guys, you take it easy, stay safe out there, and until the next one, I'll see you later.